Taurus, and welcome to your October mid-month 2021 reading. I'm so excited to help you look into your energy today. We're going to look into the energy of the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Taurus collective. Remember, this is a general reading and will not resonate with every single person. The energies can be reversed, so assign the roles as you please. If the reading does not resonate with you, stick around because there may be something in it that you need to hear. These messages are timeless, so it doesn't matter when you're brought to this reading, these messages will be for you. During this reading and all of my readings, the angels are bringing the Holy Fire Reiki energy to you. If you are wanting to know about the 1010 energy, the portal that just opened, the video is on the screen right above me. You can click on that and it'll take you to it. And then I always have suggested videos at the end of this video as well. I am doing personal readings, so check out the link in the description box down below. If you're entertained by this reading, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, share, all of those wonderful things. What we're doing today for the 15th on until the end of the month is we're still in Mercury retrograde. That will go stationed on the 18th, and then the closer we get to November, the energy will lighten up and lighten up. But this last week generally will be one of the strongest days, just so that you are aware of that. Between now and the 18th already, you could already be in some really strong energy. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to specifically look at the Justice card. And this is actually the card of Libra, because Mercury retrograde is in Libra. So I want to see the energy that's happening around this retrograde until the end. Some of you guys already know what's happening because you're in the middle of it. And you've seen things resurface and you have re-examined things. This time period that you may be re-experiencing will be between the years of 1994 and 1999, and also 2005 and 2008. Those are going to be the things that may be resurfacing for you. So if you see something in your life right now, go back in time and start to see, was there other things that were happening similarly in those time periods that are happening right now, and what did you do in those instances, and what can you do differently? Because time is not linear, it's multidimensional. So we're living in multi time periods at the same time. We have different timelines happening at the same time. So while you're healing your adult self, you're actually healing the aspects of your child as well. So that's why we go back into our childhood and re-examine the things. And I get people all the time who say, what is my soul purpose? Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn love. Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn self-worth. Now, God gave you gifts that you can utilize in order to help you learn more about yourself and how to love yourself. But those gifts aren't necessarily your soul purpose. They're gifts. They're things that you, in your soul contract, decided that you wanted to bring those into this life experience for you. So sometimes people get caught up, and I did that too. For the longest time, I was like, oh, I sing well, so I must have, my soul purpose must have something to do with singing. And so, no, I think that just was a way of connecting back into the divine. There's a reason why I like to sing, is because I always thought that it was because when I got on stage, it felt like I was a different person, and I was able to express myself and share feelings with people without it actually being me. Like I could be within the character that I was portraying in like musical theater or something like that. I could be the character and really live in that experience and help. And I was thinking I was able to heal myself in that way. But if I did that, I wouldn't be here helping you with your life experience. So my sole purpose was to heal myself so that I would be able to access these gifts to where I could help you on your journey. So it's very interesting how we sometimes get stuck in the fact that we think that our gifts are where we're supposed to be living. I think the gifts are where we're supposed to be healing and learning who we are and loving ourselves. And then that will open up the doors maybe for something different. This card is the card of Libra. We're going to take a look at that. It is about balance and perception and objectivity. You could have been looking at through this whole retrograde, so I want you to be introspective for a moment and think about during this retrograde, what was it that you were looking at? Where was it for the home? Did you have legal issues coming up for you about your property that needed to be resolved? Were there contracts that needed to be signed? Were there ways that you were making progress in your home? Let's look at relationships, because there's a lot of people in the world. We're all going to experience it differently. So let's talk about relationships. What does Libra do for relationships? Libra balances out the practical issues that are important, focusing in on the emotional aspects, like are your emotional needs being met in your relationships? It's about finding the right balance between work and relationship as well. So some of you guys are not balanced in either one of those. Some of you guys are focusing too much on relationships and disregarding your work. Some of you guys are focusing too much on work and putting your relationship on the back burner. You may be getting tested at work. You may be having different job interviews or negotiations, and those things can be really successful during the Libra time period. So if you were switching a job, hopefully it was one that you were already looking at, or you were already looking at this move before the retrograde came in. But if you haven't had those yet, then you might get them till the end of the month, because we are in the Libra time period. During this time, you may have been more frugal with your money during this financial period, but money matters will improve as we get closer to the November period. So you may have seen in Congress how they're going back and forth about the debt ceiling. Are we going to be getting a stimulus? Yes, no. What things are we going to be doing? It's just like this back and forth ping pong ball that they're throwing. And what we're going to see is that it's going to start to balance out as we get out of the retrograde and go closer to November. So during this time, you may have felt like balance at work and your relationship and your money issues have spiraled out of control. And now it's time to recognize the dishonesty, the things that are being treated unfairly. Maybe you've gotten bad advice from people or trusted people that you shouldn't have trusted. It's time to speak your truth and find your voice and stay strong in your values. So the Justice, she is all about right values and rewarding fairness. She's very logical in the way that she influences things during this time period. It is a card of empowerment and advising you to take the left brain approach to take control. Listen to the advice from people around you that you do respect, because she could be putting different people, this energy could be putting different people in your life to help you get through the injustices of the unfairness that were not happening, so that you could take a look at the things to help you be more stable in your life. That's the first card that we're going to look at. The second card that we're going to look at today is actually the Emperor, because that is the Aries full moon. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But let's first pull on this card. Well, I just got the communication card. I just saw it. That's probably going to come up later, because I just flipped that out to tell me divine communication. Moving forward movement. All right, let's find out, Taurus. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, Taurus, so what we're looking at here is we do have some inner child stuff coming up, because I have the card of inner child, and it's about reviewing that. And I just talked to Aries kind of about that as well. So let's find out what's going on with you. The present situation is that you're moving forward. And I saw the other card of movement as well. So we have lots of movement of something. So you're turning your back on something and you're moving towards something else. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from something, leaving something behind, something that you may have avoided for a long time, or you had fear of change or fear of loss. It's time to you're moving through that. You have the energy of movement. Because of the imbalance, now you're going to move forward. Because of the injustice, now you're going to move forward. The Sword, what action are you going to take, is the Sun, and that is a beautiful action to take as well. The Sun is about being positive in the situation. Stay fun, stay warm, and focus in on the inner child. That will help you through this time in your life. Because as I said before, the time period that we're looking at is between 1994 and 1999 of your childhood, or 2005 to 2008 of your childhood, or if you were a child back then. So those are the time periods that are kind of resurfacing for all of us. So there's something that you need to kind of honor the inner child for in that aspect. So if you're feeling down, or you're feeling, or even overly optimistic about something, that is something to kind of look at as well, all right? So those are going to be your triggers. Those are going to be your clues. When you start to feel that energy, I want you to go back into that timeline and see what happened and how did you respond and what can we do differently. So the sword is what action that you should take, and that is the Chariot. The Chariot is the card of Cancer. Aries got the same card. It's about taking control, using your willpower. You will be successful through this, okay? But it has to do with your determination and your action. And it could be surrounding your success as well. It might be something that you struggled with self-discipline, or maybe you had opposition to, or just a little lack of direction, right? And so now you're moving in the right direction. The outcome of the situation is awesome because it's the King of Pentacles, and he is beautiful because he's about expanding wealth, expanding your business. He is very disciplined, and he's a great leader, and he has abundance all around him. So if that's what you want your outcome to be, then that's awesome. So we're talking about increase in finances. If you were stubborn in the past, then you will let go of the stubbornness. If you were obsessed with wealth in the past, then you will be letting that go. If you thought that you were financially not equipped for life, then you will be letting that go as well. So that is gorgeous energy. That is what is happening for the rest of this month. October 18th, we're out of the Mercury retrograde, but we're still in Libra. So it's the birthday month of Libra, so we're in Libra energy. So this is the energy that is around all of that, is this movement forward. Okay, so the next card that we're going to talk about is the Emperor. And the reason why is because there's a full moon in Aries on the 20th. We just got out of a new moon in Libra, and then we had the 10-10 portal, which was super crazy. And now we're moving into the energy of Aries moon. The Emperor, he is about control, security, order, and ambition. When it comes to your home, the things that you might be noticing is, are things running smoothly? Are things in order? And do you have the right boundaries and protection? So this is an interesting thing. You can use black salt to go around your house, and that will protect your house from negative energy. That is just a spiritual thing that you can do if you want to. And it's about setting boundaries within your home, outside your home. Maybe you have people who come and they just come without being announced. I don't like that, actually. It's not one of my things. If you're coming to my house, you got to text me and let me know that you're coming. You can't just like stop by. I'm not into that. But in a relationship, you might have a new partner. You might be focusing on a new partner. It might be about planning for the future, or loyalty in love. Like, is your partner loyal, or are they cheater? You know, do they cheat on your money? Do they cheat on your love? Do they cheat? What kind of person are you with? In career and money, it could be about like how your finances are organized, how you balance your expenditures, the things that you might feel are unfair, or do you have fairness at work? And then, are you being stifled in your creativity when it comes to work? Like, are you able to express yourself? The more negative aspect of the Emperor is very power hungry. He's very excessive with his demands. He has a lot of negative traits associated with the traditional masculinity, such as being domineering, controlling, and even cruel at times. And another aspect of the Emperor is greed. The Emperor is really good at setting boundaries, but when we're in a negative energy of the Emperor, we might have problems with drawing the line with people, or maybe we use excessive force and persuasion to get what, somebody's using that either for you, or you're using it to other people to get exactly what you want. So it could be very manipulative as well. The other issue with the Emperor card and this energy is that people might have problems with authority figures. So, gosh, I hope not, but there could be some problems with, like, we might be seeing things surfacing where people are not respecting the law, or respecting, like, the cops. If the cop pulls them over, you might see a lot of those types of things coming up. But the Emperor can be a very, very domineering person, very egotistical. and narcissistic. Now, if you look at the card of the Emperor, like we're looking at the card of the Justice, he's wearing a red cloak, which is about armor, having your armor on. So the Emperor is not as vulnerable. He's not a vulnerable person. He doesn't like to show his vulnerabilities. But he is very good at taking action. That's why it's the card of Aries, because Aries takes action. Aries is the ram. So Mars is the ruler of this planet, and that's why. The red cloak also represents taking action and being in the material world. So this person doesn't like to stay too much in the 5D. They like to stay in the 3D and muscle and grit their way through life. The crown that sits on the Emperor's head is about the higher self and shows how the Emperor is very autonomous and self-directed. It also shows that the Emperor is very self-contained and very self-reliant. The Sun is moving into Scorpio, and Scorpio's secrets. I forgot to tell the other signs that. So we're going to take a look at those things. I'm going to do 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay, so this is going to bring up some interesting energy for you. What you're going to be looking at through the Emperor's eyes is the Devil card, which is control, narcissism, addictions, those types of things. So let's see. It's about looking at your shadow self, any kind of restrictions or attachments that you have, or addictions or things surrounding your sexuality. Those may come up. It's about releasing your limitations and your beliefs. The belief systems that you've carried out through your life that are not helping you anymore. And it's about exploring those dark thoughts. So wow, you're going to have some stuff illuminated that is going to, it's good. We really don't want that stuff living dormant in our bodies. We really want that stuff to come up. So at least you know it's coming and you can deal with it. It's about entrapment, feeling trapped somewhere. Maybe that's why you're wanting to move forward and move out of something. So it may be something that you've been apathetic about, that you've contemplated a lot about. Maybe you felt disconnected, maybe disconnected in your career or your relationships. You're disconnected somewhere, and because there's too many Tauruses to just guess. I mean, it could be any one of those things: career, love, relationships, home. There's some disconnect somewhere. Something that made you feel like you wanted to retreat or withdraw, and it's maybe you getting back into your alignment. So let's look at what you are in this situation. You got it again. You got it again twice. You're moving forward. It's the same exact card. Wow, Taurus, that's craziness. Okay, so we're looking at the 8 of Cups, and that's walking away and leaving something behind. You're done. You're done. It's something you avoided, something that you feared change about, something that you feared that you were going to, if you lost it, it would be the end of the world. I think you're done. You're done with something. You're about to walk away from something that you've really thought long and hard about. Okay. The past issue is this 10 of Pentacles. And that is, you focus too much on failure and too much on financial loss. You're looking too much at the dark side of wealth, or maybe focusing too much on wealth and legacy and financial security and long-term success, that everything else got put on the back burner, and now there's a disconnect somewhere. You know, it's like, no, I have to be this. This is what I was told I need to be in the 3D reality. I have to be this. I have to be this. And you put your blinders on and you went full force into showing people your self-worth through your finances, maybe, or trying to gain value through your finances. And that's what you're walking away from. You're walking away from this past issue of thinking that your self-worth is all around how much money you make or how much money it looks like you make. Maybe it puts you in debt. Maybe you're upset because you got in debt because of it. Maybe you're upset because you married the wrong person because of it. Somebody was very narcissistic and controlling and controlled the money. Maybe you're upset and you're walking away from this energy because you realize it didn't bring you the happiness that you thought you were going to get from it. You know, you thought that you were going to get this raining down of pentacles from this raining down of abundance of love, luck, and money, and all you got was the money. Or maybe you didn't get any of it at all. Maybe it just all came tumbling down. Who knows? Who knows what happened to Taurus? But something happened. All right, now we're going to be looking at it with the full moon, with our big eyes. through the eyes of the Emperor and the Aries energy of control and manipulation and egotistical and narcissism and having somebody wanting it their way and only their way and you don't get your way, those types of feelings. Oh man. Well, it'd be good to get rid of this. I'm happy for you, Taurus, because although this feels strong, Aries is a strong energy. I knew it was going to be strong for everybody because Aries, the sign of Aries is the ram, and they're strong energy people. They're the ones that come in and bulldoze over people. You know, if they're not living in their good energy, because Aries can be a very self-directed leadership. They're your leaders. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are your that always take the charge, and everybody's like, yeah, you know, we're gonna win because Aries is in charge. That's why. However, Aries can bulldoze over people's boundaries. They can be big-headed. They can be stubborn. So you might be having an Aries aspect in your life. They don't have to be necessarily be Aries, but they're carrying that energy of Aries and just like bulldozing over you, or you could be doing that to someone. Your hopes and fears is the crossroads. So on one hand, you're excited about the crossroads and you're like, yes, I get to make new decisions. Yes, I get to move out of this energy. And on the other hand, there's fear around that. It's like, oh my gosh, what road do I take? Do I take this road? Do I take that road? Last time I took this road. Last time, It's like you're going to be going back and forth through these decisions and saying, man, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Oh, well, this one's a less traveled way, but it looks like people get a lot more love in that way if they go that way. Oh, but this one's paved and comfortable. And I don't know, do I want to be comfortable or do I want love? You know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of like you're struggling over the decision a little bit. Now it's divinely guided because it was always going to happen this way. It's in your soul contract this way, that it was so have faith in that and know that sometimes we're like afraid to do things or mad at ourselves because we did something a certain way. It is written in the soul contract that way. You were going to learn the most from it. You were going to gain the most love later on in your life if you did it that way. So it was best that you do it that way. So don't get hard on yourself that you didn't make the right decisions in the past and that now you're having to make this difficult decision. And but there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow the sun shines every day. Every day the sun shines. Even on your darkest days, the sun is sometimes just behind the clouds, but it's there. So you just got to know that, and for those of you who go through a tough time and you want to take an exit strategy, not the way to do it. Not the way to do it, because you're going to have to come back in this life and still, it's going to be recreated all over again. And you're still going to have to do it. So you might as well do it in this life and don't exit early. Just be like, okay, dude, this sucks. This blows. But I will do it anyway, and just grit through it and get through it. Use the Aries energy to help you grit through this, okay? The outcome of the situation is you're leaving. The outcome of the situation is you're leaving and you're being protected by those swords. Those are the swords of truth, the things that you know, the things that you've gained, the things that you've learned, the logical aspect of what's happening. You're going to transition, you're going to change, this is the rite of passage, you're going to move right on through it, and you are going to reap the rewards from it. Because Saturn is direct now, so things that we do now, that we do well, we're going to get blessings from Saturn from that. So when Saturn hits Jupiter again and they hold hands, guess who's going to get blessings? Taurus. And you deserve that. You deserve that. So you are going to be winning. Those things that you've been exhausted about, those things that burned you out, those things that made you in deep contemplation for months now, for even years now, you're going to win. You're going to win by moving out of that energy and getting out of that and moving away from the Emperor. You're moving away from the Emperor. And that's what I feel. I feel like somebody has used this manipulative, strong energy about finances with you, career. They've told you that it needs to be this way in order to be awesome. And it's time to move away from that. Now, whether you actually physically leave someone or you finally stand up to someone and say and hold them accountable for their actions, we're not going to do this. This is not how it's going to be. Okay, let's grab some cards for you about some advice. about. This is some really strong, fiery energy. I love it for you, Taurus. It's not general. You're an earth sign, so this is going to motivate you to make some action, take some action and make some good decisions and move forward. This is movement. I saw movement 3 times in your readings this month. 4 times. Yeah, because you got the same card twice, and I saw the 8 of Swords that flipped out. So expect a powerful change because it's time for you to take action. That's what Aries, you got Aries the Ram. You're going to be in the energy of Aries. Aries, God is going to help you get through this tough cycle that you've been in, this soul contract that's going to move out and move forward. You are going to need to release some stuff, whether it's you holding on to some Emperor energy and you need to release that, or you need to release the energy around the person who's doing that to you. But expect a powerful change because this is going to change you. In this 3D reality, you are going to get changes. Beautiful energy. Oh my gosh, it was powerful. It was strong. I just want you to know, like, it made me feel like I wanted to grab the world by its balls and take action. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel like you're going to be doing. Oh my goodness, Taurus, that's beautiful energy for you. I love it. Go out and conquer the world. If you want to look at that 10/10 reading, it's on the screen, and also there's a playlist here for you as well. And I can't wait to see you in the next energy update. You guys have a great day. Bye.